Detroit, Michigan has delivered some great action, no doubt about it. Round 12. Monster Energy AMA Supercross and FIM World Championship. Here's the winners we've had so far. Seeley, Dungey, Millsaps, Tomac, and Barcia as we get ready for the main. First, Kristen Balboni.
Yeah, well, guys, one of the hottest riders in the competition right now might come as a bit of a surprise, but Blake Baggett is finding his rhythm. He's long been known as a motocross specialist, and he struggled since coming into the 450 Supercross class back in 2014. And the first 7 races of this season, not so great. Didn't have a finish better than 7th, and 3 of 14 or worse. But the last month, guys, 3 top 5 finishes, including 4th in Indy last week. He says he is looking to get another one.
Well, Blake comes into the night 7th in the point standings. He's got Reed right on his tail, 1 behind him, and Davey Millsaps just a couple in front of him in 6th. KTM with Spider Cam.
Yeah, Baggett's last 4 races, a 3rd, a 5th, a 7th, and a 4th. He definitely has some speed here tonight on that Rocky Mountain KTM.
Next week, we're live on FS1 from St. Louis. But first, Detroit. Well, it's been a physical night of racing, no doubt about it. How will it play out in the 450s?
That first turn has been physical. It didn't work for the 250 points leader. How's it gonna fare for Dungey?
Detroit, Michigan. Such a rich history for Supercross. There's Dungey, Tomac, 1 and 2 in the points. Will they be banging bars, and how physical will it get? The Motor City gave us a muscle car. I got a feeling you're gonna have to muscle your motorbike if you want to go to the top step of the podium tonight. Musquin with the lead. Tomac's in 2nd. Where's Dungey? There he is, on the outside about 10th. Oh, we got a race here again tonight.
Well, and not forget, Millsaps to 18. He is really quick. Oh, he almost jumps on the back of Tomac.
Dungey's got to fight through the crowd, and this is not going to be an easy track to do that. Tomac did exactly what he wanted to do. Get a good start. He's only got to worry about 1 guy right now, and that's Musquin on the 25. But Jeff, in recent weeks, he's gotten very, very quick.
He is capable of winning. Dungey, your points leader. Timing and scoring has him in 11th.
Let's see as they come over the finish line jump. Where is the reigning champ? He's in 7th. 7th as they cross the finish line jump with 20 minutes, 19 minutes and 1 to go. Musquin getting his first whole shot of the year here tonight in Detroit. He's got 1 win this year. Could this be another one?
Well, and even though Musquin is 3rd in points, he came into this race, I believe it was 49 points off of the lead. So for him, it's just all about winning at this point, trying to win some main events to add to the one that he had earlier this season.
Musquin felt terrible last week because he passed Dungey at the end of the race, taking points away from him. If he can keep Tomac behind him, that could help his teammate out this week.
It could, but when you're in Musquin's place, it's all about trying to perform for yourself. Now Tomac starting to close it up a little bit, getting the crowd into it.
And there's already slower traffic in front of them after that first corner pileup. Boy, Tomac's good through the whoops, Jeff. Really good. He's got the inside going through this rhythm section, but tucks in behind Musquin. Well, Musquin, Jeff, led all 26 laps on his way to his only win this year at Dallas.
Well, let's just remember what happened in that 250 main event when our top riders were pressing the limits. Multiple riders went down at the pace that Musquin and Tomac are riding, and then you've got Millsaps in 3rd. Anything can happen.
Dungey up to 5th and charging through the field. He's 6.3 seconds behind Musquin right now.
Watch how quick Tomac is. He gets through that turn really good. Sets him up on the outside, just like Sabachi was in the 250 race.
Oh boy, puts the wheel right up along the foot peg of Musquin.
Did you see how quickly Tomac in the whoop switched from the outside and cut back to the inside?
Here he is. Boy, he's letting him know.
Well, and that's going to add some nerves to what.
Oh, there it is. There it is. Just like that. But how will Musquin fight back? He's out of rhythm there, Jeff.
Yeah, he missed the triple there. It's going to allow Millsaps to close up a little bit on Musquin.
Hey, guess what? As they run right now, Dungey is only 3 points in front of Tomac. Every one of these passes Dungey makes, like that one, helps him out.
That'll be 2 points.
And he needs every single one of them.
Good start here for Brock Tickle, the number 20 on the RCH Yoshimura Suzuki. Was your fastest qualifier today. Good to see him get out front there after that heat race was a little bit disappointing for him. Let's see if he can notch a podium finish. Put something together. He runs in 6th right now.
Dungey stalking Grant. Grant, the teammate to Tomac.
Dungey's going to be on the inside. That's the shorter line. Grant goes flying around the outside. This has got to be the best start that Grant's had all season.
Yeah, Grant was 4th at the end of the first lap, right where he is now. Dungey's got to get on that podium tonight.
Well, and he's more than capable of it. We've seen Dungey. He is such a smart rider. He knows how to just methodically work his way close to the front. Oh, that was close.
Yes, it was. He can't afford to end up on the ground tonight, no doubt. Grant's best finish this year, 6th. Second race in Anaheim. That was round 3. The night that Dungey won his first.
Grant wisely to the inside through the triple area there, not allowing Dungey any opening.
Jeff, while Dungey is fighting to get around Tomac's teammate, Grant, 4th, Tomac just uncorked a 52.5 after a 52.3 the lap before. He is absolutely flying.
I mean, 4 seconds out now. The next quickest time is Millsaps. He's in the 53s. Grant's had a 53. Dungey also. But this last time around, everybody was pretty much 54s and above.
And Dungey has not disposed of Grant yet, Jeff. He has got to get through these guys quick. Grant hasn't had a top 5 since Vegas, the last race of 2015, and he's got Tickle on his tail.
Yeah, Tickle putting in a solid ride. Dungey having to deal with your fastest qualifier here today as he's trying to get himself another podium to match the 3rd. Tickle had that 3rd in Toronto.
Here he goes through this rhythm section. He's back on Grant.
This track is so slippery right now. Let's see Dungey go to the inside and box him out.
There it is.
Nice clean pass. Can he make it stick?
Oh, yes. Yes. All right. Now that gave him 2 points right there.
And when Dungey comes down off of the that U-turn up in the stands, he can see where Tomac's at, right? He can see him coming out the end of the whoops right there.
Grant doesn't look like he's done, though.
I mean, Tickle and Grant are both right there.
There's Tomac on the right. Dungey on a streak of 46 straight top 5s, 57 straight top 10s. He needs another one here tonight. He needs those points. Tomac came from behind to win 4 of his 6 races this year. Has the lead now and is 6 seconds up on Musquin, 11.5 seconds up on Dungey.
Dungey has done a great job, though, to get up to the 4th position because he was well outside of the top 10 on the start.
But Dungey's got a lot of work just to catch Millsaps, who's got 3rd. He wants to get on the podium and a couple more points.
Last time around, Tomac was at a 52.3. Musquin and Millsaps were turning 54s. That's your group right here.
Fight for second, and they're catching up to Chad Reed, who went down on an opening lap crash and is listed in 22nd. Reed fighting through the sand. It's a good battle here.
Oh, Reed goes over the berm.
Been a tough night for the Australian. Just not a good day in Detroit. Musquin third in the point standings. But the way things are going tonight, he'd be a whopping 45 behind Dungey. 40 behind Tomac, who's in second.
Look at Millsaps, he's on the move now.
Millsap 6 in the standings. He's really been getting his flow this year.
He has, but Millsaps' best finish has been a 5th. He's been 6th 3 times. So right now he's working on a season best.
Behind these guys is Dungey. You can see him in the distance. And Jeff, think about this. Dungey 7th on the first lap tonight, 6th after the first lap at Indy, 17th after the first lap at Daytona, 9th after the first lap at Toronto. That's a guy who normally, if you go back and look through the history books, well, you'll see every race, 2nd, 3rd, 1st after the first lap.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
I mean, that really is the difference between last year and this year, is the first lap position for Dungey has just been so far off.
Yeah, now let's give you the flip side of that. Tomac during that same stretch, 2nd after lap 1 tonight, 2nd after lap 1 in Indy, 2nd after lap 1 at Daytona, 1st after the first lap in Toronto. That is the story of this championship right now.
Right now, exactly. And this championship didn't start out like that.
Well,
certainly been a lot of drama from round 1 till now.
Man, what a run to the championship we're going to have, which you'll see crowned live right here on FS1 in Las Vegas. Sam Boyd Stadium, that first Saturday night in May. Cannot wait to see how it plays out. Dungey 11 seconds behind Tomac. The difference in the point standings right now as they run 5. It was 12 when we dropped the gate.
Dungey slowly starting to close up on this group with Musquin in 2nd, Millsaps in 3rd. Dungey was your 2nd quickest last time around. Musquin actually had fastest lap.
Ryan was so frustrated after last week's race in Indianapolis, finishing 3rd. It's because he didn't feel like he ran the way he should have, made too many mistakes. Not a Ryan Dungey-esque performance. He's trying to deliver one here tonight. But Jeff, the most impressive ride I've seen out of Ryan all year was that 4th place finish in Daytona when he was 17, fought all the way to 4th. Just the heart of a champion that night. He's going to have to do the same type of ride here tonight.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking. He's been really smooth right now. He's going to have to count on his fitness. He has to stay focused. This track has been very difficult. A lot of riders have made mistakes in practice. The track was, I think most riders would say that it was pretty easy, but now that it's so dried out and slippery, it's made it so much more difficult. Carlos Rivera giving him the signboards. He's got lap times on there.
Ryan's mechanic. Tomac's first 3 finishes of the year, 5th, 6th, and an 8th. Dungey won the 3rd race of the year. It was Ken Roxon who stole the first 2 races of the year. Looked like he was going to be the guy for everybody to beat before his season ended with a nasty crash at that 2nd race in Anaheim. Since the 4th race at Phoenix, though, Tomac has beaten Dungey 6 out of 8 races.
That's how you reel the points in. I think Tomac's biggest deficit was somewhere around 25. And now that he has just found the magic, he's been able to position himself well off the start. Certainly has clicked off the fastest lap times. He's starting to pull away from Musquin again. Remember, it was up into 8 seconds, went down to about 7, and so now Tomac is pulling out a little bit. Be interesting to see just how Davey Millsap's fitness is here. We have 7 minutes plus 2 laps left to go.
Dungey can see him. He needs him. This is where that championship caliber level of performance for Ryan Dungey has to come into play. He's got to get him. He's got to get back on the podium tonight. Get those points that come with getting past Davey Millsaps, even if he can't win here tonight.
That's a good point, Ralph. And now he's He's got Millsaps in his sight. Millsaps not showing riding quite as aggressive as he was in the earlier. That was Bogle that was down. Both riders make it through clean to get past Chisholm.
Yeah, Davey was really charging earlier, Jeff.
Yeah, he really was.
He's not now, and Ryan is still, you know, fitness is not an issue at all for Ryan Dungey. Not saying it is for Davey, but you can see Dungey really on the charge.
Well, and the interesting thing, Ralph, when you look at our leaderboard there, is that it seems inevitable right now that Dungey's going to make the move on Millsaps. He certainly has the pace, but then he would have his teammate, Marvin Muscan, between himself and Tomac, and that's so critical.
You can forget about team orders. There are none with Red Bull KTM. Certainly not at this stage, so says Roger DeCoster, team manager, 5-time world champion.
And look at there on your top 5, you got Baggett, who started 9th and has worked his way up. So how about that for this Butler Brothers team that picked up RockyMountainMC.com as a sponsor this year? They have Millsaps and Baggett, both riders riding the same KTM equipment for the Rocky Mountain team that the Red Bull KTM team is. Really successful here. KTM has been with their 450 program. The only problem in this whole scenario is Tomac on the Kawasaki's out front.
This is big for Davey Millsaps. He's got 1 top 5, a 5th. He has not been on the podium yet this year. He could do that here tonight. His last podium, Las Vegas, 2013.
It's been a while.
Yeah, and he needs this. Look, he's fighting for it. He's not giving it easy. And
yeah,
Dungey's got to get around him.
Yeah, just when you thought Dungey had the pace,
yeah,
kind of couple bike links back. Dungey's got some good spots, and Millsaps just holding some of the right lines, not allowing Dungey any opening. And really tonight, the opening most of the time comes from a mistake, like we saw in the 250 race. So if Millsaps can just keep clicking off these laps, he could be looking at a podium.
Tomac, some 13 seconds in front of these two. Eli trying to become the first rider to win 4 straight main events since the champ Ryan Villapoto won the last 4 races in 2014 when he clicked off Houston, Seattle, Salt Lake City, and Vegas on the way to another title.
But he just doesn't seem to be able to make any move here. He's just kind of settled into that pace that Millsaps has.
Sometimes following a guy, Jeff, can be a good thing. It gives you something to chase after. Sometimes it can be a bad thing because you get lulled into their pace.
You're certainly right.
But it could be a mistake that makes a difference here, and which rider will make that mistake.
And how about the enthusiasm that Davey Millsaps' mechanic, Houston Stedman, saying, come on, let's do this. Let's get a podium. Join our teammate, Blake Baggett. We got a podium earlier this year. You know, Forrest Butler, the owner of this team, is pumped. It's a nail biter for him.
Oh, Ryan's right there. Millsaps, a former, what was then known as the Lights East Championship. What you saw earlier tonight is the 250 East Series. Won that crown back in 2006.
3 minutes plus a lap. As long as 4 minutes here for Davey Millsaps. When you have a rider breathing down your neck, you're trying to focus forward. You can hear the bike behind you. And there's a lot of passing places on this track, just like this finish line turn.
Tomac on the right side of your screen. Here comes Dungey. Up the hill. Can't get the drive he's looking for.
Millsaps kind of guarding that inside a little bit, but Millsaps also is really quick through these whoops. Guarding the inside, looking him down the left side, not allowing Dungey any opportunity to get to the inside.
Tomac's average margin of victory in his 6 wins so far, 13.26 seconds. Right now he's 8 up with 2.5 minutes and 1 lap to go.
See, when they go into the sand, Millsaps is on the inside, not allowing Dungey any room. Now remember, Dungey was really quick right around the, oh, that's gonna be a little short. Oh, that was a big mistake out of Millsaps. Can he hold his composure?
Millsaps hasn't been on the podium in his last 34 starts. Dungey's been getting a good drive up this hill out of that corner, but he's getting stuck on that outside line. Millsaps not giving him the inside. Less than 2 minutes and 1 lap to go. Here's the inside. How about now? Dungey still can't get it.
Oh, Millsaps has got the line through that first Dragon's back. Here comes Dungey. Is it going to be enough? No.
And he got out of sync there too. Boy.
Freezy's just in front of Millsaps there. Oh, Millsaps tucks the front end a little bit. They're really close now, and this is Dungey's best part of the track.
Here he comes. Dungey giving it his all. Inside.
Watch this here. Dungey's going to go right. Nope.
Well, they got Freezy there in front of him. Not battling for the win, but what a fight for the final spot on the podium. And a couple of incredibly valuable points for Ryan Dungey.
Okay, Millsaps has got to get back to the left side of these whoops all the way against the tough blocks. Yes. Blocks that line.
What does Ryan do now, Jeff? Where's his best shot?
He's got a line right here.
He's got the
That's
inside.
Enough.
There it is. The pass is made. Dungey collects 2 more incredibly valuable points. Baggett behind Millsaps. Now it's a fight for 4th. Still could be a season best finish for Davey Millsaps. But Dungey going back to the podium. He's 3, almost 4 seconds behind his teammate with a lap to go. As Tomac sizes up another victory and an even smaller point differential between him and Dungey as we head to St. Louis next week.
Here's
wow.
Baggett trying to take the spot away from his teammate. Baggett really quick over that Dragon's back also.
It was 12 points, the difference coming into the night. And Tomac will have shaved another 5 off of it. Every week he's just taking big whacks at him.
Yeah, and right now he's out front, 8.3 second lead, riding well within his comfort zone.
And he went through the semi.
Yep.
Terrible start in his heat race. Had to go through the semi. Dungey came out all business in his heat race, blew the field away, looked like he had it all dialed in, and he's going to lose 5 points.
Well, and I talked to the racing director at Kawasaki, Bruce Sternstrom, during track walk this morning. He says, hey, look, we haven't even mentioned the word championship. We don't talk about points. The only thing we talk about is wins. They came here to win in Detroit, and that's what they're going to do.
3 riders turned laps in the 52s tonight in this race, Tomac, Musquin, and Dungey. But the win, it's going to go to Eli Tomac, who lights the candles in the Motor City 4 in a row. And he takes a big chunk out of the points. Musquin will finish 2nd. Dungey will have to settle for 3rd. And he'll try to figure it out as he shakes his head again at the conclusion of another race. And Tomac sized it all up. 7 wins in his last 9 starts for Monster Energy Kawasaki's Eli Tomac. Wow. What a title fight we've got in Monster Energy Supercross.